So I get asked a lot how many times I read a book when I am writing it. And the honest answer is I don't know, but I would say at least 25, maybe more than that. But for Feels Like Falling, I probably read it 50 because I originally wrote it in 2016, got it nice and clean and ready. Then I was contracted for the Peachtree Bluff series, wrote the entire Peachtree Bluff series, and came back to Feels Like Falling, completely rewrote it and started it all over again. So to be sure, this is the book that I have read the very most. And I think I have kind of a fun editing process. So when I'm writing a book, I don't let myself read it until it's completely finished. People are always like, how do you finish? And that's the hardest part. And what do you do? And I'm like, well, I have to finish because I'm not allowed to read the rest of the book until I've written the whole thing. It's like the treat I get at the end. So I finish the whole thing and then I go through and I read it on my computer. I print it out, and whenever it's on my computer screen, I think, oh my gosh, this book is so clean. There are no typos, there's nothing wrong with it. And then I print it and I find like 25 mistakes per page. It's so weird. I don't know why that is. But I take each chapter and I read it in my head and then I read it out loud. And I do that the whole way through. And then I read each character's perspective and point of view the whole way through, whether they're two characters like there are in Feels Like Falling, or like my next book, Under the Southern Sky, there are actually 5 different protagonists. So I'm going through and reading all of their voices, making sure that their voice sounds the same on page 1 as it does on page 401. There are a lot of little details that go into this. And then, of course, I'm doing all of that before an editor or a proofreader or a copy editor or anyone is even involved. So these books get read a lot of times, and by the time they are out in the world and they're ready for print, I am really glad that you're reading them, but I'm really happy that I am not.